A few weeks ago, I tested the battery life of all Zelda games on the Nintendo Switch Lite. That content did get some good response, so now I'm repeating that test, only this time on the standard version 2 Nintendo Switch. This video is sponsored by SkillShare. SkillShare is essentially an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. There's classes for photography, film and video, graphic design, animation. Before I started YouTube just over a year ago, I knew pretty much nothing at all about film and video production. And SkillShare is really one of the platforms I use to quickly learn the basics of video editing, the best way to record, the best lighting setups. What's nice is SkillShare is pretty much laser focused on learning, so there's no ads, so you can stay focused and follow wherever your creative mind takes you. And all of that is less than $10 a month. If you're interested, there's a link in the description below. The first 1,000 subscribers get a free trial, so give it a test drive. The games again are the same: Zelda Breath of the Wild, Zelda Link's Awakening, Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and the classic Zelda A Link to the Past. As I said, the console I'm using is the latest version 2 hardware, the one with the best battery life. And no, I didn't go out and buy 4 consoles this time. I'm being quote-unquote smart and using the same console 4 times. The settings here are going to be what I call medium settings, so brightness is set to medium with auto brightness off. Sound is set to a medium as well, and I have airplane mode on. Well, because Zelda isn't really an online game. I'm still taping the right joystick, so there's a constant controller input. With all 4 consoles at 100%, let's get this test started. Having already tested on the Lite, I sort of know what to expect, but let's see how big the gaps are with the bigger battery. 1 hour into the test, Breath of the Wild is at 86%, Link's Awakening at 83%, Hyrule Warriors at 82%, and Link to the Past at 91%. 2 hours in and Breath of the Wild is at 68%. Both Link's Awakening and Hyrule Warriors are at the same 62%, while Link to the Past still has 79% battery. 3 hours into the test, Breath of the Wild is at 47%, Link's Awakening at 43%, Hyrule Warriors at 42%, and Link to the Past is at 68%. All 4 games made it to the 4-hour mark this time, with Breath of the Wild at 31%, Link's Awakening at 22%, Hyrule Warriors at 21%, and Link to the Past is still at an impressive 55%. At the 5-hour mark, things get a little bit interesting, with both Link's Awakening and Hyrule Warriors at only 1%. Breath of the Wild still has 9% left, while Link to the Past still has 42% left. Now, the first game to turn off, as I expected, Hyrule Warriors died at 5 hours and 8 minutes. Link's Awakening was right behind, as it died only 4 minutes after at 5 hours and 12 minutes. Around the same time, Breath of the Wild got the 5% warning, and Hyrule Warriors is still going strong at 41%. Breath of the Wild was the next game to fall. It turned off at 5 hours and 35 minutes. And as expected, the last man standing, Link to the Past, still had 35% battery. Now, that classic game still went strong even at 7 hours. It had 18% battery. The 15% warning didn't come until 7 hours and 18 minutes. The 5% warning came at 8 hours and 5 minutes. The 1% warning came at 8 hours and 24 minutes. And finally, at 8 hours and 44 minutes, Link to the Past turned off. Here's a graph showing how the battery drains for each game. Link's Awakening and Hyrule Warriors are neck and neck, while Breath of the Wild has a healthy gap on the standard Nintendo Switch. And of course, the classic Link to the Past shows impressive stamina once again, this time going almost 9 hours. Alright, so if your console's low on battery and you want to play Zelda, now you can make an informed, wise decision. That's it for today's video. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel because there's a ton of battery tests and other performance tests coming your way.